Spanish. Hey, at least we know Rubio's Spanish will be better than Michael Bloomberg's.
Let me summarize in Spanish for our Spanish-speaking New Yorkers. Estamos movilizando los hospitales, las clínicas de reposo y las residencias de ancianos en la zona A de evacuación.
Adios, Mayor Bloomberg. The question for you is Marco Rubio's English-Spanish response enough to make Hispanic voters fall in love with the Republican Party? Facebook.com/CarolCNN or tweet me at CarolCNN. Also here to talk about Rubio, Pete Dominic, Jason Johnson, and Amy Kremer. Welcome to all of you once again.
Good morning.
We're happy to be here.
Okay, so my first question to you, Jason, you know, Marco Rubio is going to speak Spanish, but it seems kind of patronizing in a way.
Look, first off, doing the response to the State of the Union, it's like the career kiss of death. You know, it's like being on the cover of Madden. It's like being an extra member of Destiny's Child. It's never going to get you anywhere. So I don't think that's really going to help him be the leader of the party. And honestly, it's treating Latino voters like they're stupid. They remember how the Republican Party has behaved about immigration over the last 30 years. So just because he gives a speech in Spanish is not going to magically change things, just like the Republicans having Shaka Khan at their convention in 2004 didn't get black voters.
Well, Amy, conservatives, do they like Marco Rubio? But they love Marco Rubio.
Yeah, and I think it's a tremendous opportunity for us. I mean, he is a conservative. He beat who is now a Democrat, Charlie Crist, in 2010. And so he's a conservative. I mean, he's Tea Party. And, you know, he can reach those voters to explain why the Republican vision is good, why we need to shrink government and you know, grow our economy and create a pro-growth environment where it's an opportunity for all Americans to be in the middle class. And so, yeah, I think it's absolutely a great opportunity for Marco Rubio to go out there and do that.
And Pete, you have to admit, he's talked about immigration reform, something many Republicans say the country needs right now.
Marco Rubio, I think, really wants to make a difference. He really wants to usher through comprehensive immigration reform, and he and other Republican senators and Democratic senators met a couple weeks ago and gave, you know, an announcement about this. But, you know, unfortunately, there are so many extremists within the House Republicans, it's probably going to be very hard to get done. I think in the end, it's a stunt. It's a stooge. It's phony, and Hispanic voters are going to see right through that. If you think giving a speech in Spanish as a reaction to the president is going to pick off a few Hispanic, you're wrong. I mean, there's a lot more to it than that. And by the way, I'd ask Amy, I mean, English only is part of the Republican platform. They want English only. Can you imagine if a Democrat gave any kind of a speech or response also in Spanish? The right would be outraged by it.
Oh,
well, no, I mean, honestly, Pete, you know, I have to disagree with you because we all know the Republican Party has a problem where they need to reach out to Hispanics and African Americans.
But it's part of the immigration plan that that immigrants in this country have to learn English.
But the Republican Party needs to explain itself better. They have a branding problem, and I think that it's great that Marco Rubio is going out there and doing that. It shows that.
Let's be clear, though. It's not a branding problem. Let's cut through it all, Amy. It's an intolerance problem. It's an intolerance problem, and that's
I disagree with you.
No, it's all right to be. It's part of living in America. I'm intolerant on many issues. I'm not going to act like I'm not. But they do have that. I mean, Colin Powell said it very eloquently a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but the Republican Party, this is a start, isn't it? This is a start.
It's a disingenuous start. You can't magically get people to just change their mind because you suddenly said we lost and now I want to be your friend. I mean, a lot of African American voters didn't continue to vote Republican into the 80s because they didn't trust the Democrats from the 1960s. This is going to take a generation. So it's nice that the Republican Party is starting, but this is not going to change by 2016. It's not going to magically change things.
The thing is, we just elected a great new Senator, Ted Cruz from Texas, I mean, who is of Cuban descent. You know, I mean, we are not, I'd have to disagree with you, Pete. I mean, this intolerance thing, yeah, maybe there are some people that are intolerant, but you can't throw that label across all of us.
And I think it's tokenism at this point.
And I'm not.
It's not enough people in enough areas for anybody to be that excited.
Listen, Marco Rubio, I mean, it's not like, you know, he is coming from, I don't know, some elitist, you know.
But that's not the issue.
No,
the issue is speaking to
Amy.
We're going to have to argue about this off because I got to take a commercial break and we have to move on to our next talkback topic. Should Governor Chris Christie be publicly shamed into losing weight? Facebook.com/CarolCNN or tweet me at CarolCNN. We'll be right back.
back pain had